why don't we start with an overview of gaming, and why don't you start with your view on play to earn versus fun?
Thanks, Bill. So first, let me define why crypto gaming is the future. So first, with crypto, with DeFi and NFTs, you can actually financialize enjoyment. uh, you can financialize your gaming identity, you can financialize your gaming assets, your gaming achievements. And let's say if you're a player, you win a sword in one game, you can eventually take that sword and basically go to another game and use that sword. Because of blockchain, you have a verifiable record of the ownership. Because of NFT marketplace, you can buy and sell them. And because of different chains, you can use it interoperably, like from just take it at one chain and just bring it to another chain. So it's all very interesting. uh, then because of this whole gaming narrative kickoff, you also have different sectors building up around gaming, right? So you have launch pads, you have studio and developer kit that kind of helps you use the blockchain part in the gaming. And then you also have guilds where you can fund other gamers to kind of go and play the game and play to earn. So I feel like this is such an important part of our going forward. It will become such an important part of gaming that NFT, DeFi, and play to earn will actually become part of every game. And I don't think it will become the unique selling point as people kind of think of it as now. So at the moment, you have play to earn. People think, okay, I can make a living out of it. But one also has to kind of be cognizant that this play to earn is coming out of the emission of token supply. So at the end of the day, I feel enjoyment is one factor that will help us kind of differentiate which will be a trash game and which will be a good crypto game. So for me, if you are investing in crypto games, I don't think your focus should be on how much I'm earning from that game, or whether this game has a very good token utility. You can take that into account, but I think one thing you need to look into and kind of do research is whether I like the gameplay or I like the graphics of the game. Because uh, Ponzi tokenomics in games is, in my opinion, similar to DeFi, right? You have high APY, but then sometimes because of high APY, the DeFi protocol doesn't do anything. Uh, in short term, the price pumps up, but then eventually it drops down sharp. So, in my opinion, if you are buying some games, crypto games, look out for high quality gameplay and graphics. And mind you, this is not easy. It takes years of development, years of uh, progress, and also requires a very good quality studio to kind of help you make that game. So if a game kind of promises you that, okay, we have the game ready and this is the future, and you play it and you kind of feel like the gameplay is poor, the graphic isn't that great, and they were able to deliver the game in 3 months, rest assured, I don't think that game will succeed. So at the moment, a lot of game companies are kind of copying Xe Infinity, and these games typically end with Mon, War, or Poly. So trying to copy, let's say, Monopoly, trying to copy Xe Infinity, and so on and so forth, and in some cases copying Pokemon. So like I don't think at the moment market is kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt, because gaming sector is hot. We are kind of seeing these this theme play out, but I don't think it is sustainable. And you need to look out for high quality gameplay and graphics. So at Token Metrics, we have coined a new term called play to joy. So your focus for a long term portfolio allocation should be whether this game gives me joy. P2J, play to joy.
All right, excellent overview. So one of my follow-on questions was, I know, you've talked about this before, but is there any way to connect, in-game spending? So is there a connection between e-commerce and gaming, right? In other words, where people are going to, because they're enjoying it, they're going to spend money on things inside the game, whether that's land, NFTs, functionality, you know, and is there any way to invest in that? There doesn't have to be, but can you sort of talk about this idea of, in-game spending?
Of course. So there are two aspects. I believe if you look at the statistics either in the US or globally, at the moment we are spending 8 hours inside digital realm, whether it's be watching television, whether it's social media, or if it's just browsing through Netflix, right? Gaming at the moment is a big part. So people, I feel like, especially with the COVID trend, a lot of youngsters spend around on average 5 hours in a game. So if you take 5 hours, that's kind of like up to 1/4 of your time, right? So you want to kind of show off within the game that, okay, I own this land, I own this gaming accessories, and you want to have that social status because 1/3 of your time is spent inside gaming, right? So land and gaming accessories, they will become crucial. But one more important element at the moment is, uh, gamers are kind of like some of the yield farmers out there. So they'll have this thing, they'll love the game for 6 months, 7 months, and then they'll transfer to another game. I feel like if you kind of want to capture that theme, the best way to capture that theme is through metaverse. Now, this is where things get interesting. So, the way I kind of define metaverse is less similar to XC Infinity, but more similar to Mana and Sandbox. So, I believe this is where the future of social commerce lies. So let me just kind of give you a brief overview when I say metaverse, right? So I'm going to just take a few minutes over here to kind of explain what I mean by metaverse. So metaverse, in my opinion, will be the 3D virtual world where you can have experiential experiences. But the key differentiator for me in this metaverse will be the ownership part. So Facebook is also creating Meta. They're creating their own metaverse. But before Facebook kind of did this announcement, Facebook stock was outperforming Mana and Sandbox. But once the Facebook kind of announced, okay, we are going to have our own metaverse, Facebook stock dumped, and you kind of saw a rotation into crypto. Now, I think this is very interesting, and this is one signal that I think market is giving us, and it's kind of trying to tell us something. I think what the market is trying to tell is in Web 3.0, ownership ownership of the metaverse we're trying to design in the future is the utmost and key element. And I believe this is where the crypto futures lie, and this is one of the themes I'm very bullish on. So let alone P2E, play to earn, I think our focus should be on ownership of in-game assets and in-game in-game, not in-game, but also the lands and part of those ownership assets within the metaverse. And I feel it will be a very very interesting time ahead. At the moment, we're just spending 8 hours playing games, TV, watching video. But I feel like going forward, because of COVID trend, I won't be surprised if we kind of spend 12 to 13 hours in digital realm, roaming around, showing off our status, and spending more money there because of Fed, for example. There's so much liquidity there, so we need like an avenue to kind of express ourselves. And if things get expensive in the physical world, why not just express it in a digital world?
All right, excellent. So I actually have another question. Somebody put me on the spot on, and I don't know that there's an answer to this, but is there is there a difference, or is it a better investment one way or the other between the tokens of things like, say, Sandbox or Decentraland and the actual land itself? So, do you think there's a difference in investing between the tokens and the land? Do you have any idea like which you would prefer? Like, for example, is the land in the metaverse outside the price point that the average retail investor can pay? Putting you on the spot, but is there anything that comes to mind in that area?
Of course. So at the moment, we know, for example, we know NFT is the future, but it's very difficult to select which NFT will be the future, right? But JPEG will basically do 30x, 40x. So when you kind of take these kinds of bet, you're taking concentrated bets. So I do believe virtual land will be very valuable going forward. But virtual land in which metaverse is still, I think, something the market will kind of will have to price in. I believe if you want to get like an index level broad exposure, best thing you can do, rather than just trying to take a land in, let's say, one metaverse that is kind of cheap. Maybe just have the tokens. I believe with tokens you can do multiple things, right? So in metaverse you'll have art gallery, you'll have business offices, you'll have digital school, universities, digital shopping, advertisement, nightclubs, live events, sports sponsorship content. You'll have multiple things, and I believe that value will accrue uh, to tokens, because tokens holder can do the governance, and token holders will kind of enjoy the fact that some of these applications are on the metaverse. So at the moment, let's say if you're talking about mana sand or mana or sandbox, decentraland or sandbox, I would say owning tokens will be more valuable and less risky than owning a land, because you'll take a concentrated bet. But if you are somebody like who has a corporation, like let's say you're Binance, for Binance or big corporation, it makes sense to buy land there, because the land will represent more than just your physical presence. It will be the 3D demonstration of your website and 3D demonstration of your product. So if you're a corporation, buy the land. If you're individual trying to basically profit from this theme, I believe tokens are more valuable.
All right. Thank you, Mehdi.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.